Hey guys, what is up? This is Mr. A. Crizzy here, and in tonight's movie review, I'm going to be doing a movie review on this new Guy Ritchie film which just came out today. And of course, me and my dad and Uncle Charles just got back from seeing this movie at Cinemark. And this review is on The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. Yeah, long title there. But yeah, the movie's called The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, directed by Guy Ritchie and produced by Jerry Bruckheimer. So, this movie stars Henry Cavill and is based on a book and also based on a true story as well. Based on the 2014 book Churchill's Secret Warriors, the explosive true story of the Special Forces Desperados of World War II by Damian Lewis. And this movie also plays out as a heavenly fictionalized version of Operation Postmaster. And throughout the movie, you basically have Henry Cavill's character like going on wars like during the Second World War, World War II, and there are some comedic moments here and there that some comedic elements that my dad and Uncle Charles chuckled at. And because basically I can describe this whole movie as like a spy action comedy film. Well, it kind of does not really feel like a spy movie. It kind of feels more almost like a war action film mixed with comedy together a little bit. Even though there's not really that much comedy in it, because this is mostly played out as like an action film. So, yeah. So, and like I said, this movie was directed by Guy Ritchie, who previously directed Wrath of Man and The Covenant, which came out last year. The Covenant, which I actually really enjoyed, and I still think The Covenant is still one of the best underrated films that came out last year. Guy Ritchie's The Covenant with Jake Gyllenhaal. I really enjoyed that one. And Wrath of Man I thought was pretty good too. And yes, Guy Ritchie, he also directed the 2019 Aladdin remake with Will Smith as well. And like I said, this movie, The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, also comes to us from the producer of National Treasure, Top Gun Maverick, and among others, like, Pirates of the Caribbean, Jerry Bruckheimer. Yeah, he's a good producer. And so, how does this movie turn out? I actually really enjoyed this movie. I thought this movie was actually surprisingly good. Not just good. I thought this movie was actually very awesome. Yeah. Because my Uncle Charles really wanted to see this movie, so I went and saw it with him. So I went and saw it with him tonight. And at first I wasn't too sure about seeing this movie at first. Like I was a little uninterested in seeing this movie at first. But like I said, my Uncle Charles really wanted to check this movie out, and so so I went and saw it, and it was actually surprisingly awesome. And yeah, and I know this movie got the early 70s, like 71% on Rotten Tomatoes, but that doesn't really matter. I still think this movie was actually awesome. Mainly because I think what the most awesome thing about this movie is that you basically came for this movie for action sequences, like all the rifle and gun shootings and war scenes that occur in this movie. Although my only flaw I do have with the film is that I know I always have flaws with pacing. But the pacing to this movie starts off as slow, but then it picks up right before the climax. And the climax kind of reminded me of some other war films that are kind of similar to this. Like my Uncle Charles told me this movie reminded him of the Quentin Tarantino film Inglourious Basterds, which I loved. Inglourious Basterds. I think it's actually one of Quentin Tarantino's most best films he directed. And yeah, Inglourious Basterds I really loved. And this movie almost kind of reminded me in some ways of that Tom Cruise film, Valkyrie, which I actually recently watched Valkyrie, and I thought Valkyrie was awesome. And yeah, because this movie kind of does feel a little bit like those films, Inglourious Basterds and Valkyrie, while at the same time with added comedic elements. And yeah, the story itself is pretty decent, and it's like the action sequences I thought were awesome. And yeah, the performances I thought were great too. I think Henry Cavill does a great job in this movie as the main lead in the film. Because yeah, Henry Cavill is always a cool actor to see. And so overall, The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare I thought was awesome. Overall, it was an awesome film. And I'm going to give The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare 4.5 out of 5 stars. I'm glad I saw it. So yeah, if you're looking for a movie, for a movie to check out this weekend, and if you're interested in checking out this film, then I recommend checking it out. I liked it. And yes, there is that vampire monster horror film that also came out today called Abigail, which I've actually been hearing really great things about Abigail, but I'm probably gonna wait till that's probably out on digital or streaming because I got other things to do in life. I got other things going on in my life, and so outside of social media. And plus, my cousin Ashley's not gonna be able to see horror movies with me since she's taking care of her baby son Eli. So I'm probably not gonna see that much horror films that are coming out this year since, like I said, my cousin Ashley's taking care of her baby son Eli. But there's actually 2 horror films I'm actually really excited for. I'm excited for Quiet Place Day 1 and also the A24 film Maxine. Maxine was actually one of the previews I got in front of my screen to this film, by the way. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to Maxine since I loved X and Pearl. And yeah, so yeah, The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, awesome movie. I recommend checking it out if you're interested. And there you have it, guys. That's going to be it for my review on this film, and so that's going to be it for this video. So make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. And as always, thanks for watching, and until next time, this is Mr. A. Crizzy saying goodbye, everybody, and that's about it.